guys, this is Connor with Conquest HP, and this video is about the risk of doing nothing, because we typically think of risk as something we attach to inaction, as something that we do. I can go out and do something risky. I can go to the gym and use some risky exercises or some risky methods or whatever. But we often fail to recognize that there is risk to doing nothing as well. And this can be done because the risks aren't right in front of your face. These are risks that you're just deferring to a later date, so you don't have to confront them right now. So in health and fitness, you're always going to be able to find an argument saying that lifting weights is dangerous and running is dangerous and so on and so forth. Everything is dangerous. There's a risk associated with being alive. So there's obviously a risk associated with deadlifting and with squatting and with running and tennis and everything else. There's a risk there. I'll grant you that. But there's also a risk every time you get out of bed in the morning. There's a risk every time you pull on your socks. There's a risk every time you get in your car. If we try to determine what we're going to do in life based on how much risk there is, we're not going to do anything. But that's the other side of this coin. If I do nothing, it feels like I'm playing it safe. If I just say, I hear that lifting weights is dangerous and conditioning work is dangerous, and I'm going to play it safe, and I'm just going to be a couch potato because, those things don't sound like good options if I'm going to get injured. Okay, that's your decision. But just by spending more time on the couch and being less active, you are taking other risks. There are risks of preventable diseases, like you're increasing your risk of heart disease and type 2 diabetes and joint issues and range of motion problems and musculoskeletal pain, all kinds of things like that. You are absolutely increasing your risk of those things. And your quality of life is just going to slowly creep downhill when it doesn't have to, because you're not doing anything to maintain your body, because you're afraid of doing that work. But you see, you're ending up in the same place anyways. If I don't do any strength work because I hear that lifting weights is dangerous, that means I'm going to lose muscle. Especially as you age, it means the muscle's just going to fall off your body a lot faster than it normally would. And with it, range of motion's going to go, energy levels are going to go, your balance is going to go. That's important for fall prevention, that kind of thing. So there goes the quality of life that you were trying to protect in the first place. So see, you took out that short-term risk, saying lifting a barbell is risky today, so I don't want to do that. And you traded it for a long-term risk that you didn't have to think about in that moment. The long-term risk being increasing your chances of getting preventable diseases or feeling pain in a different way. So keep this in mind. There is a cost when you fail to act. And you can't just hide behind the fact that there are risks to doing anything in life, because everything's risky. Getting out of bed is risky. Absolutely. And a lot of the things that we're afraid of, a lot of those risks that we're afraid of, saying things like deadlifts are bad for your back and squats are bad for your knees and bench press is bad for your shoulders and so on and so forth. They're not 100% true statements. Those are not things you can take out of context. If you pursue these things safely, if you pursue it in a way that you can gradually kind of increase over time and be smart with, you can really mitigate your risk. And if you're really mitigating your risk on that, and you're really mitigating those long-term risks, really cutting out that chance, or those increased chances rather, of preventable diseases, then you're really doing yourself the best favor you can. At the end of the day, you want to live a life that's worth living, right? What kind of a life is it if you're confined to your couch, you're bed resting all day, every day because you're afraid of the world, right? We don't want to live like that. So I'll gladly take the risk of deadlifting a heavy bar that's loaded with weights because I know it's going to contribute to my quality of life. I love being strong. I love the superpowers that affords me. So that's the way I want to live. So keep that in mind. There's a risk trade-off there for sure. Anytime you do anything, a little risk associated with it, but there is that long-term risk associated with doing nothing. It's never a risk-free situation, so you might as well choose your risks and make sure you're risking on your own terms so that you can move in your own direction. So leave me your thoughts below. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe on this, and I'll talk to you guys again soon.